government rule requiring enterprises to get authorization or a license prior to importing a specific items into country is known as import licensing. By assisting in the management of the influx or particular goods, these procedures guarantees adherence to safety regulations, trade laws, and other legal requirements.
Merong dalawang sakop ang ILP at ito ay Automatic Licensing System at Non-Automatic Licensing System. Ang Automatic Licensing System ay para i-monitor ang mga pag-import at hindi para i-regulate ito. At ang Non-Automatic Licensing System naman ay dapat matugunan ang ilang mga particular na kondisyon bago maglabas ng lisensya. Kadalasan, ang gumagamit ng mga non-automatic licensing system ay ang mga government para mga siwan ng mga paghigpit sa pag-import, gaya ng mga quota at tariff rate quota. At meron rin mga requirements for permission para makapag-import, at ito ay Certificate of Standards at Sanitary and Technical Regulations. At ito ay napapailalim din sa mga panuntunan ng ILP.
ILP means Import Licensing Procedure. The ILP emphasizes that import licensing, particularly non-automatic import licensing, should be implemented in a transparent and predictable manner. Mahalaga po ang ILP sa pag-import ng mga produkto sa ibang bansa. Ang pinapatid po ng ILP ay kailangan na may lisensya.
Custom valuation refers to the process of determining the value of goods for custom purposes. It is essential for calculating duties and taxes that are levied with the goods cross international borders. Custom valuation methods vary, but they typically involve assessing the transaction value, which is the actual price paid or payable for the goods when sold for export. Various factors, such as transportation costs, insurance, and certain adjustments may be considered to arrive at the custom value. The goal is establish fair and uniform method for assessing duties and taxes on imported goods. Custom valuation is crucial for trade compliance in the proper functioning of international trade system.
Let's have first automatic licensing systems. It is involved automated processes where licenses or permissions are granted based on predefined criteria or algorithm without much human intervention. These systems often use predefined rules such as specific qualifications or conditions to grant licenses quickly and efficiently. On the other hand naman, non-automatic licensing systems rely more on human decision-making. They involve manual review, evaluation, and decision-making processes by individuals or committees to grant licenses or permission. The systems often consider various subjective factors and may take longer to process applications due to the need for human input and judgment. Diversified trade agreements refers to pacts between countries that involve a variety of goods and services being exchanged. These agreements aim to reduce barriers to trade, such as tariffs or quotas, between multiple nations. An example would be the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreements for Trans-Pacific Partnership, which involves 11 countries and covers a wide range of sectors, including agriculture, intellectual property, and services.
Ang Trans-Pacific Economic Strategic Partnership Agreement ay isang multilateral na kasunduan na naglalayong magtipon ng mga bansang lider sa Asya at Pasipiko. Ito ay naglalayong mapalakas ang ekonomiya, kalakalan at mga relasyong pang-ekonomiya sa mga kasapi nitong bansa. Ito rin ay may layunin na mapababa ang mga pagsisilbi at mga taripa sa pagitan ng bansa upang mabawasan ang mga hadlang sa malayang kalakalan. Mga pangunahing layunin ng Trans-Pacific Economic Strategic Partnership Agreement ang pagtatag ng mga panuntunan at regulasyon sa lipunan at pampulitika at pagpapalakas ng kooperasyon sa iba't ibang larangan ng ekonomiya. Sa pamamagitan ng Trans-Pacific Economic Strategic Partnership Agreement, inaasahang magkakaroon ng malawakang pag-unlad at pagsulong sa rehiyon ng Asya at Pasipiko. European Union ay isang politikal at pang-ekonomiyang samahan ng mga bansa sa Europa. Itinatag ito noong 1957 at kasalukuyang binubuo ng 27 members na kabilang ang Alemanya, Pransya, Italy, Espanya at iba pa. Layunin ng European na mapalawak ang kalakalan, mapabuti ang ekonomiya, magpatibay ng kooperasyon sa seguridad at itaguyod ang mga karapatan at katarungang pantao. Ang European ay kinakatawan ng isang European Parliament at European Commission na nagsusulong ng mga patakaran at regulasyon. Ang pagiging miyembro ng European Union ay nagbibigay ng mga benepisyo tulad ng malayang paglalakbay sa mga miyembro nito at akses na malaking merkado ng mga bansa sa Europa.
Primary legislation is also known as a statutory law, forms the backbone of a legal system. It is a set of laws enacted by a legislative body, typically a parliament or congress, and serves as the foundational framework for governing a society. These laws address fundamental principles and overarching policies of covering a wide range of issues such as civil rights, criminal offense, and administrative procedures. The process of creating a primary legislation is rigorous and involves multiple stages. It begins with the introduction of bill, which undergoes scrutiny, debate, and amendments in the legislative body before being voted upon. Once approved, the bill becomes an official law, binding citizens and organizations within the jurisdiction.
Secondary legislation. Secondary legislation, also known as delegated or subordinate legislation, refers to laws made by authorities other than the legislature, such as government, ministers, agencies, or local authorities under powers given to them by primary legislation, acts or statutes passed by the legislative body.